Hello beekeepers. Today is the first day of really warm weather. Last day of winter, February, and it's a nice day to check the bees. It's first time I will be checking the bees. I have only like 3 hives that survived this winter out of 10. But good thing I did not do any treatment. So this hive is pretty much active, flying. They bring in pollen. I want to check if they need anything, like if they need food or anything like that. But I haven't done nothing basically with the hives. No treatment, no food, nothing. I checked that they have food in fall time, but I want to check it now because it's a critical time. So I have 3 survivors with no treatment whatsoever, and I want to see how they're doing. Let's do it and check. First thing, you want to remove the roof. I usually use this type of setup because I want them to be protected from rain, and I also use some insulation to prevent condensation. So in this hive is a bee. I have this piece of rigid insulation, and I was protecting the hive. Now I can open it up and see what's going on. Okay. I see some bees here. I wouldn't say it's very hot, but and not so many bees in there, but it's safe to open, and let's see how they look like. Okay, a little bit of smoke won't hurt, just slightly, and we will open it for the first time in this year. Oh nice, we have some bees here. So the goal is to see if they have food, and I prepared a frame. What's important is a frame with honey. What's important is that honey is warm, right? Wow, this is condensation here a little bit. So we want to supply them like warm honey. If we put the cold honey, right now I think they're laying, that's the queen is laying, that's what I suspect, and if we give them cold honey, we're gonna kill all the brood. That will be too much stress. So I put the honey frame in my sauna. It's about like 160 degrees Fahrenheit to pre-warm it, and it's in this box right here. So I want to check what they have. So far it's empty, like a little bit of honey here. So we move it on the side, but it doesn't have much honey. So we want to supply them honey because we want to boost their population, right? So a little bit in this one. How about this one? Let's check. Oh, this one has more honey, which is nice. Gets a bit crystallized. So we are getting closer. The goal is to examine the brood, right? Getting closer to the brood. Oh, this is nice honey frame. So they have food. And we're still moving more to the main. Okay, these bees, see, it looks like with no hair. So this is a bee paralysis virus. Like, I think they have some problem. I want to give them some medicine, like probiotics, to boost their immune system. But this is a problem. The bee doesn't have hair, so it's definitely a diseased bee, and unfortunately we have to throw her away because we don't want it to contaminate the hive. The bees will do it anyway, but let's look at the other bees. Wow, wasn't open in 1 year. See, everything looks pretty good. The honey that is not crystallized and crystallized. The bees, they look mostly healthy. I don't see any problem with the bees. Now if we move further, we should get to some brood. But if you look at this frame and check, wow, we see pollen. They're stuck in pollen in there. They have honey. The bees are active. Some bees, they have pollen on their legs. Everything is moving quite good. I do not see the queen, but by the way they behave, they're very calm. They have queen. So let's check for eggs. No eggs on this frame. Actually, they have some larvae right here, which is nice, and they see eggs as well. So the queen is there. She is laying, and they started to multiply. So it's a good time to supply them a nice good frame with honey. Let's check a couple more and we can close it. So maybe we will balance it a little bit, like center the bees. Let's check this frame. Wow, this has more brood in here. I don't see the queen, but I see even some younger bees, so it's all looking pretty good, I would say. How about this side? This side, yeah, I see eggs, so the queen must be here somewhere. So I'm not too much concerned because they have eggs. That means they have a queen. But it would be interesting to see the queen, but it's not the main goal. The main goal is to see if they have enough food. So I see pollen, I see honey, I see them moving, but I will still supply them with a nice frame of honey. Okay. And then I will probably move them closer to the center. Right, so if you check this one now, this frame, it also has pollen, it has eggs, and the bees are getting a bit upset. Nice big eggs, but I don't see the queen. But I see another bee with black, it's called black paralysis virus, like it's hairless bee, which is not so good. Now I see the queen. Here's the queen. Wow, there she is. Look at her. She's nice. She's laying. Wow, this. See the queen? Right here. Wow. So, okay. So what we're gonna be doing, we will put this back and assemble it. Like, we're gonna move them a little bit more to the center and move a nice honey frames of nice and pre-warmed honey frame on this side right here. So let's remove another frame just in case. See, this is a good frame for the queen to start laying, and what we can do is essentially we can put this frame somewhere here, because it's a nice frame for them to expand, right? This one is nice too. So what in general I want to do, like if the frames, any older frames, like this is good honey frame, for example. This is nice food. We can put that on that side. We want to be honey on both sides, but this one is good too. But it was too close to the nest. I don't want to remove it. Okay, so let's just stick this frame here to make sure that the queen has place where to lay, right? That's one thing. Now this frame, you can kind of leave it here, but this is a nice honey frame that we can put on that side. And this is a nice honey frame too. So we have like quite a bit of honey here. So that should be enough. So let's move the bees this way. All of the bees, they go to here, right? Go here. And here, what I see at the bottom is like a bit of, maybe because of condensation, I see there was some moisture and some dead bees. Maybe I clean it a little bit. So this is another frame. It's a good frame with bees, no queen, right? No brood, nothing, has some honey. So that will be good for the last one, but I want to clean it a little bit just to help them slightly. See, like this moisture and that bees, I want to remove it. And because it's actually ideally we want to put it in a new box, and that's what I will do a bit later. But for now I just clean it up a little bit. It will minimize their work. So cleaning that debris. Yeah, they definitely don't need this here. Okay. Yeah, it's ouch. It's the one who is stinging. It's okay. It's not too bad. Okay. See, this is poor bee. Yeah, she lost her stinger. That means she's gonna die. Now let's get something here. So what we can do, like it's two frames, right? So we have one frame that they can like use to build whatever they need to build, and on this very corner right here we put a frame with honey, right? So we can, for example, use one of these frames and put it in there, or I can use my preheated frame. Actually the top one is more or less warm, the bottom is cold. It's a kind of dilemma. We want it to be a little bit warmer, but it's not too bad actually because the top is warm, so I think it's safe. Yeah, by the temperature it's not much colder than the wall, and the top is warm, so we can probably use it. So what I'll do, I take this frame, then I open it up a little bit, like this warmer part, right? Just open it a little bit. That will attract bees and they will take honey from here. And that should be fine. As far as like food supply, I think they're fine, they have enough. This is a bit cold, I don't like it, but see, like the half of the frame is warm, half of the frame is still kind of cold, but it's not too cold. So I think it's fine because the half is warm. Now this will live here, this will be their food. They will take care of it. Now important part, after opening the frame, I usually spray it with warm water. That makes it easier for them to take this honey. Just like that. And that's it. Now we put it back. And they will take it. That's it. So now, based on what I see, I need to give them some time. Maybe couple weeks. Next window, or even maybe 3 weeks. They should be fine in 3 weeks because they have eggs and cup brood, so they occupy more of this space. And then I will give them more honey, and I will give them empty frames. It's critical because otherwise they will I will lose their ability to build. Like it's critical to give them empty frames so that they can build more room for themselves. Now I take this lid and then I put it back and clean it a little bit. And that will be it with this hive. See, that's it. So we put this. Now I need to wash my tool because of this, and hands as well, because of the viruses. We don't want to spread it to other hives, but that's essentially the methodology. Like, it looks like they're good. They have food, honey, and pollen. Everything is good. I won't give them anything else, but I will check them in about 3 weeks. And in 3 weeks, in warm weather, I will give them empty frames and I will give them more honey. I will open that honey. So in that way I will stimulate their growth and they will multiply and we'll get nice strong hive. So maybe I'll use this hive to make queens out of it. But so far it's looking good. Okay, thanks for watching.